Hey guys, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, self-employed entrepreneur, top-level executive, I don't care what you do. If you're as busy as I am, which I'm sure you are, then you've got to watch this video because I'm going to share with you the number one way that I have found to pretty much double my productivity at work and even in at home in my personal life. So keep watching because all that's coming up next. Hey guys, it's Rachel Stewart with Spend Smart Live Happy. Thank you so much for checking back in today. And today we're going to be talking about something really exciting. On this journey, this minimalism journey and changing just everything about my lifestyle pretty much, I've really been focusing on my productivity and being able to perform at a high level, especially at my job. I am in a management style position and I have to pretty much have high energy. I have to be highly focused, be able to give analysis and handle crisis management and act quickly on a daily basis. I have tons and tons of tasks, way more work than there are hours in the day. And in the past, my kind of organization system, my method of how I got my to-dos done is I would create lists because I'm definitely a list person. And that's not maybe for everyone, but I would highly recommend it. So I would make my to-do list and it would sometimes be like a 3-page document of all of these little to-dos. And the problem is, yes, it's great that I wrote it down and I'm getting myself organized in that sense so that I don't miss any deadlines. But the problem is that there's so much that is really overwhelming. When you're looking at 3 pages of action items, it's like, holy cow, I don't even know where to start. And it's really overwhelming and you might not focus on the right things. And since I have implemented this new system, I have literally probably doubled my productivity level. In one day, I do as much work as would normally have taken me probably at least a day and a half, if not 2 days. So it is rocking my world. And what do I do? Big question. All right, so what I have is I have created an Excel spreadsheet that is an action list. On that action list, the first column is the priority level. So there's colored squares that are either a 1, 2, or a 3. The 1 is in red because that's what's going to draw your eye, that's most important, get your attention, right? And level 2 is yellow, which is also still really bright and eye-catching. And then level 3 is a blue. So what I do, and I actually do this for me and my assistants, I have this action list. And now, granted, I'm talking about what I do at work, but I'm actually going to be implementing this system in my personal life as well. And so this applies to anything. Like I said, if you're a stay-at-home mom or you're, self-employed, it doesn't matter what your situation is. If you've got a lot of to-dos, a lot of action items, you can still apply this method and see great success. Then in the next column, it's some kind of identifying. It depends, it really just kind of depends on what it is that you're doing. But for me, I have different accounts in a portfolio, and so I have in that next column, I have some kind have initials identifying what account this action item is for. Then the next column is the description. What is the action item, the to-do? Is it to make a phone call, to send out an email, to coordinate with a vendor? What 2 columns are the assignment date and the deadline, the due date. So whatever day you're putting that action item on your action list, you're going to put that date. And then the next column is the deadlines. The next column is the comments or notes. And that's where, sometimes you might have an action item that's not just a one-step process. Maybe it's to email this person, and then once you get their response, their answer, then you need to, ship out a package, or it's a secondary action item within that action item. So you might have to, in the comments section, put sent email on today's date, waiting for response. And then you wait for the response, and once it's come in, then you can complete that action item. And the very last column is your completion date. So with that being said, that's kind of the structure, the makeup of the action list. And what this allows you to do is you can print out this list and sort it in Excel by whatever categories. So I sort by, in this case, I have a spreadsheet that I put both my action items and my assistant's action items. That way they can have the freedom to see what needs to be done by what date, and then they can manage their own schedule to get those tasks done. And of course leave notes in the notes column so that I can kind of stay up to date on the status of that action item. So anyways, I prioritize by name. So all of my action items are together, all of my assistant's action items are together, and the other assistant's action items are together. And then I also organize by deadline. So that way, when I print out the list, I can see in order of when things are due, the priority level. So here's how it goes. I come in the morning, I print out my action list. I see all of the things that are due that day and probably like the next couple days. Then I look at all of the tasks and I kind of group them as to how long it'll take to accomplish them. This is the key. This is like a whole new way of thinking for me. And then I look at my schedule for the day. What appointments do I have? What, meetings do I have? Do I have to go off site at all? When do I think I want to take my lunch break? All of that. And so I'll look, say I have a 9 o'clock meeting. Well, I go into work at 7. So I know I've got 2 hours before my 9 o'clock meeting. So I look at that and I think, okay, what can I get done in 2 hours? And I start grouping tasks together. Maybe I have one task that'll take 2 hours all by itself. Or maybe I want to do what I call a powerhouse session, and that's where I take a block of time, anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, and I call that my powerhouse time, and I knock out all the little stuff, the things that would take like 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes to do. I group them all together, and I just pound them out in that 2 hours. And so I'll say, okay, from 7 to 9, I'm going to do these tasks. Then I go to my 9 o'clock meeting. I'll be in the meeting from 9 to 10. And then, I think I want to take lunch today around 1. So you know that you have that many hours before lunch, and you figure out what you can do in that time frame. And you start grouping your action items by the amount of time it'll take to do them. And this is incredible. I swear, I promise you, this will just change your life when it comes to your workflow and productivity. And it automatically kind of puts this subconscious pressure. So when someone's coming into your office, or there's a phone call, or whatever it may be, you kind of don't do those things, or you limit the amount of time that's spent on them, because in the back of your mind, I've got 2 hours to knock these things out, and I don't want to get off schedule because I've packed a tight schedule for myself today. And what I have found is I have literally doubled or tripled the amount of things I can get done, because it's so structured and they're grouped together in a logical sense. And certain tasks that are similar, I've grouped them together so that I can get them done faster because I'm already in that spreadsheet, or I'm already in that system. Seriously, you got to try it and let me know. Leave comments and let me know if you tried this system and found it effective. I was in the middle of filming this video and my video camera died. So it's a little bit sunnier now because I just finished charging my camera. It's been about an hour. But anyways, moving on, I want to get into today's exciting Friday feature. As I told you in an earlier video, I am going to start posting regularly on Fridays and Sundays now that my work schedule has changed a little bit. I will try to throw in a surprise video here and there, but definitely I want to get videos out to you guys on Fridays and Sundays, so you can count on that and look forward to that. As mentioned in an earlier video, I want to start doing a Friday feature. In the Friday feature, I'll be doing a shout out to a viewer. I might share if you've got a YouTube channel, or you've got a product or a tip that you shared with me that I thought was useful. Just anything, basically. I'm trying to build a community here, so you guys have just as much value to contribute as I do, and I want us to be able to learn from each other. And please leave comments below, get engaged with each other, help each other out, because if you're watching this channel, then you're probably on the same type of journey that we all are on. Alright, today's Friday feature, I want to do a shout out to my viewer, Cindy Jones. Cindy Jones, thank you so much for always commenting on my videos and being so gracious and kind in your thoughts. And I just wanted to go ahead and share with you guys a tip that Cindy Jones gave me, and I tried it out and it's definitely helpful. So her tip was, if you have a food processor and you're making something up in there and you get down, you're scooping it out, you get down to that last little bit, rather than using a spoon or something and having some of that yummy goodness go to waste, you can actually take a pastry brush and scoop it all out, wipe it clean, and it gets all of that last little bit of excess. So like for me, I make this incredibly delicious natural dessert. I like to call it banana ice cream, but I'll probably make a video for you guys and show you how I make it. And basically it's bananas and blueberries and almond milk and cocoa powder with I top it with some crushed walnuts, but I use the food processor, and so it makes like an ice cream like texture. And when I take that pastry brush, I'm able to scoop everything out and get all of the yummy goodness. So you should definitely give that tip a try. Let us know in the comments if you like Cindy's tip, if it worked for you. So thank you, Cindy Jones. Keep commenting, keep coming back for more. I love to hear from you, and I love to hear from all my viewers. So please leave me a comment, share with me your story. You can also send me an email over to the spend.smart.live.happy@gmail.com and share with me your story. Let me know what you're doing and the successes and failures you've had, if you have any tips for me, tips for my viewers, and I'd love to make you part of my Friday feature. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more episodes like this. If you're interested in minimalism and getting out of debt and saving money and gardening and all of that, I recently did a garden update. I've just planted a new garden. Super excited about it. I'm going to take you along with me on that journey and show you how I'm saving my family money while eating incredibly delicious, organic, nutrient-rich produce. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Check back soon, and I'll catch you next time.